I will not be attending Weebcon next year because the way it was set up this year was so horrendous. I attended Weebcon last year as well, and that one said to have some stuff that was going wrong, like there was no water and whatnot, but that one was better than this. This year, there was a long-ass line, and I'm fine with waiting in line usually for cons, but this time, there was a 2-hour long line average. Some people waited 4 hours, some people waited 30 minutes. That is not okay for a convention. There are people with diagnosed chronic illnesses that cannot stand in line for that long. It's not okay to make your con attendees wait 4 hours in line to get into your con. But the line to get in wasn't the only problem. There was a line for everything at this convention. There was a line to get into the escalators that I would average was about 30 minutes to wait in. And where the artist alley was set and where everybody went to for the artist alley was a very, very crowded area. It was so difficult to navigate in that small space where there are at least 50 to 70 vendors and, I don't know, like 300 people. And if the line things were the only thing that I had to complain about the con, I would not be as pissed as I am. But the lack of signage at this convention really, really peeved me. There were a lot of times where people had no idea where they were going, and there were lines everywhere, and it was so congested, so they were like, oh, I'll just stand in this line and see where it gets me. So as a result of that, it was really, really difficult to navigate and get places, and find places as well, because who's going to know where to go if there isn't a sign? Another complaint I have is the way that they set up the panels. One of my friends and I hosted a panel today, and we had roughly 120 people that scheduled to come, and that room only held about 70 to 80 people. But that was with everyone crowded into the room. And they had to cap our people coming into the room because so many people were trying to come in and join the panel, and there just wasn't enough room in the panel room. And it wasn't just me who had a problem with panel stuff. The staff was stressed as fuck because it's not their fault, it's the management's fault in general because they didn't plan this out well enough. One of my other friends hosted a random dance play. There was not enough room for people to stand around the sides and then go in and dance when they wanted to. There was barely any room to do anything. We've concentrated in so many things to prevent this, and they just didn't. The reason why the line took so long for people is because there was only one person checking bags. One person checking thousands of people's bags? Yeah, it's going to take 4.5 hours to get through a line. They could have combated this by having more people checking bags. And yeah, I know it's hard to get people to staff. If you are going to host a professional convention, find enough staff for it. Weebcon has had so many problems, and they've had so many people come to them and complain about them, and even offer solutions, and they've done nothing to fix their problems. So I will not be taking my business to Weebcon, and I will not be attending until they can figure out how to host a proper convention.